Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Molly, also known as Mojo when I'm on the trail. And today I am going to show you how I'm cleaning some of my gear after living in the woods for 6 months and being a dirty, stinky, feral hiker. So I just spent the last approximately 6 months hiking the Appalachian Trail. I am back at home now and I finally unpacked all of my gear, but realized that some things are quite dirty, obviously, because through hiking is not a clean environment. And some things I was really kind of unsure how exactly to clean. My down sleeping quilt, my backpack, like how do you wash that? Do you just put that in the washing machine? Like, I don't know. My water filter, I wanted to make sure got a really good clean before I stored it. And then also like my sleeping pad is just like really gross. I wasn't exactly sure how to clean some of these things, so I did some research and I'm going to show you what I'm doing and hopefully give you some tips if you also want to clean some of your gear before you store it for the winter like I do. Mom, this video is for you. I think you'll enjoy this one. I think you'll be very proud that I'm doing this. So the first one is my sleeping quilt. I had this quilt for over half of the Appalachian Trail, so it has a lot of dirt and grime and sweat in it right now. So I'm going to wash it in the washing machine, but I'm going to use the special down wash. This is a Wax product that is specially made for down. So this is what I'll be using today. Just gonna put the sleeping bag into the washing machine, and then it calls for 3.5 ounces of the down wash. Right. 3.5 ounces. And alright, so I've got it on a normal wash in eco warm water, which I think is probably warm cold. I asked it to do an extra rinse, and that should be good. My sleeping bag is done being washed. Now we're gonna put it in the dryer. I'm gonna put it to delicate air fluff so that the temperature of the air is not very hot. I'm gonna set it for about 40 minutes. So I just put my sleeping bag in the dryer and I'm gonna check it about every 10 minutes and kind of fluff it up and fluff the down a little bit. So I'll be back in about 10 minutes. So it's probably been about 3 hours of having my sleeping quilt in the dryer, just on air fluff, checking it every maybe 20-30 minutes or so, and like pulling apart all the down pieces if there were any clumps and stuff like that. But I think it's finally done. So I think I finally got all the clumps out and it just feels so much better, feels so clean. So happy that I got this washed. I was kind of scared after it came out of the washing machine that I had ruined it and that it was never going to be the same. All the down was just too clumped together, but slowly but surely it started drying and got nice and fluffy again. So very happy with that. So I guess my advice on this would just be trust the process. Like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna dry and come back to life. So next up is my pack. It is going to take a bath. I'm gonna fill up the tub with some really hot water, and then I'm gonna put in some washing soda and then some just Dawn dish soap. I reached out to 6 Moon Designs and asked them what they recommended, and they just said Dawn dish soap works really well with this fabric of my pack. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do right now. So everything is out of my pack, but I did find some leftover trail confetti in this pocket. Some nice debris in there, so I'm just gonna shake it out outside, upside down, before, oh, look at all that. All right, should be ready to go in the bathtub now. I've got my pack in the bathtub. I've got some Dawn dish soap and some washing soda in there with it, and I'm gonna let it soak in this hot water for probably like 2 or 3 hours. So my pack has been in the bathtub for about an hour, and y'all should see the water. This is so gross. Look at how brown that is. That is disgusting. But I think it's been in here long enough, so I'm gonna drain the bathtub and then rinse the pack. Give it a really good rinse. Try to get all the soap out and the rest of the dirt off. I rinsed really well. I put it on a hanger and I'm hanging it upside down. I'm just gonna leave it in the bathtub so it can drain the rest of the way and hopefully start drying. I'm gonna be deep cleaning my Sawyer Squeeze water filter. I got this in Pawling, New York. This particular one didn't go the whole trail with me, but I could tell near the end that it was starting to slow down, even though I was back flushing it when I was in town and stuff like that. So let me show you what I'm gonna do in order to clean this and hopefully make it last longer so I can take it on some future trips. First thing I'm gonna do is heat up some water. So I am using distilled water. I have back flushed a previous Sawyer Squeeze with just regular tap water, thinking that was okay, and it ended up clogging it. I think it's just like the minerals and stuff in like the city water. So distilled water only. I've learned my lesson. I keep this in my gear closet literally for the Sawyer squeeze only. I'm gonna heat up probably about like 3 cups of water. So I'm gonna heat that water up to about 140 degrees. We don't want it to actually be boiling. That'll be too hot for the filter. So we just want it pretty warm. While it's boiling, I'm gonna put some white vinegar in this bowl. Okay, just some household white vinegar. I'm gonna use about a cup. So my water is just starting to bubble. So I'm gonna call that hot enough. And then I'm gonna dump this water in this bowl with the vinegar. Just gonna put our Sawyer squeeze right in there. And I'm just gonna let that soak for an hour or so, maybe 2. Alright, so my Sawyer squeeze has been soaking in the water vinegar mixture for a few hours. And now I'm going to back flush it. I'm going to take the same water vinegar mixture and just put it in a bottle. Last thing I'm going to do is put some more distilled water in here and then run some distilled water through it. Alright, let's see how we did. Oh, look at that. Look at that flow rate. Yeah. Barely even have to squeeze. Alright, well, the Sawyer deep clean is done. I'm good to put it away in my gear closet and use it again next year. So the next thing that I'm going to attempt to clean is my sleeping pad. I don't know how clean this is gonna get. It's hard to tell if the dirt is like on the outside or if it's like mold on the inside, but I have the bathtub partially filled up with hot water, and I'm gonna use some Dawn dish soap to hopefully get some of this dirt off of the pad. Okay, but first things first, we're gonna blow it up. So this is the before. It has this really dirty spot kind of right here in the middle, and some little speckles up here, which I think is mold on the inside, so I don't know if that'll come off. And then the back is pretty dirty from just putting it on the floor of shelters all the time. So we'll see how clean we can get this. Tell because there's a bunch of soap in there, but this water is pretty dirty. That's gross. You can definitely see the dirty spots, but I think they're less dirty. Thermarest recommended letting this sit outside in the sun to dry, and theoretically that would kill the mold that's on the inside. So it's kind of a sunny day out, so we're gonna put this in the yard. Gonna leave this out here for a little bit to dry. All right, everyone, that is pretty much all I have for you today. But I am so pleased with how clean some of these things got. It's definitely not perfect, but I feel a lot better putting these away in my gear closet for the winter, and just at least a little bit cleaner. It just feels so much better knowing that that layer of grime is out of my pack and out of my sleeping bag, sleeping pad, and that my water filter is good to go for next year. So I feel a lot better putting these away for a few months. My hope is that if you were wondering how to clean some of these more obscure items, I hope that I gave you some helpful tips. But I would always recommend either looking online at your specific product to see if there are suggestions on how to wash these items, or reaching out to the manufacturer to see if they have any suggestions. That was really helpful, especially for me in terms of my pack. I reached out to Six Moon Designs and they got back to me right away with some helpful tips for cleaning that. I don't see a lot of videos on how to clean your gear after a long thru hike, so I hope that you all found this helpful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, but if not, thank you so much for watching, and mighty fine hiking, everyone. Bye!